So today we're going to continue our search for Kenny, okay? Now last night I had a little bit of a premonition in my sleep about a different area to search. We're not far from the M Cave Canyon, which is right over there. You can see, I don't know if you can see where the sunlight's kind of shining through over there. That's where Kenny did his video and said the M Cave was over in that area. Now it's also called Picture Canyon. That's a real name of it, but I'm going to call it M Cave Canyon for now. Now I was planning to hike up that today, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to hike up this canyon over here, straight ahead. It's kind of steep, but we're going to get up there onto that ridge up there. Not the far ridge, but the ridge in the middle. That's where we're going to start our search, and I just have a feeling about it. Look at the sun getting ready to peek over the top. Isn't that awesome? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and jump back in the truck, drive over to the base of the mountain over there, get all my gear together. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. It's all right. We'll be all right. And we'll head up the hill. What do you say? Woohoo! A little bit of pinstriping there, boy. So we made it to the end of the canyon where we're going to start up the hill. We're going to go up through there. There's supposed to be a couple springs up there we're going to check out on the way. This is an area where they used to, maybe they had cattle out here at one time, I'm not sure. But this was built in 1948. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to go check those springs out on the way up the hill. And soon we'll be on the top. I don't think I'll have my jacket on too much longer though. Once I get it started up this hill, I'm sure it'll get nice and warm and toasty. Apparently the spring up here, they do manage for the sheep, the wild sheep that are in this area, so mountain sheep. Listen to that. Predator drones. They're always flying out here. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. All right, so we're slowly leaving the canyon floor behind us. That's it down there. So we've hiked up our ways yet. Area 51 is actually right over there, about as far as those far mountains. We might be able to see it when we get on top. Beautiful little canyon area. We're actually on a path, kind of a path right now. It's going to take us up to the spring. And that's going to be our first stop. And then from there, we're going off trail. We don't want to be on any trails. There's a little danger to be found when you're on an established trail. So I figured I'd go ahead and take my jacket off because I'm getting ready to go around the bend here into the sunlight. As soon as that sun hits me, it's going to get warm. Now the reason I brought the jacket is because, you know, you never know when you might have to spend the night out here. I mean, that could happen. So, and it does get cold here at night. We're about halfway up to the spring, I do believe. This canyon floor, the truck's parked down around there. It's going to be a beautiful day. You can hear those drones flying overhead though. Keeping a constant surveillance on the area. Kind of makes you wondering what they're looking at, doesn't it? They're up there. All right, it's a piece of pipe here, so that tells me we're on the right trail to the spring. I suspect it's going to be up around that bend. Beautiful little cave entrance like over there, a big pour off. You wouldn't want to use it for shelter, but at least not when it's going to storm. Whew, nice, very nice. It's very quiet too, except for the constant drone overhead. That's the pour-off area right there. I'm still following the trail. I know it's a little flat area. And just to the left, you can see a trail camera. Little pole, little red light. Now that's a camera for wildlife. They're probably trying to see what kind of wildlife comes to this watering hole. Besides humans. I've actually seen a lot of scat out here. Poop, all kinds of different animals. It's really amazing because the other canyon where, you know, Kenny used to start his hikes at, where I've started most of my hikes, Joe May Wash or something like that, is there's nothing. I mean, there's no animal life out there. Every once in a while I see a bird, but here there's lots of poop around, like from maybe mountain goats, supposed to be mountain lions out here, coyotes, stuff like that. And there's insects, a lot of insects flying around, especially the kind that need water to as part of the life cycle, like little caddisflies, stuff like that. One flew in my windshield of one flew into my truck way down in the valley at the camp last night. So they have to come from an area where there's water, like right in here. Pretty cool. Maybe we should walk through the camera so they at least know that we came this way in case we don't come back. Let's do that. We'll give it the B signal when we go past it. That's the water piece. That way, at least they'll know we made it this far if they come to look for us. What this post is. Imagine they probably have websites. I know they do, where they post pictures of things that come to these watering holes. So we might have to look that up. All right, I'm not sure where to go from here. Spring here. Let's look at my map. I think there's another spring up there. We'll look at that. And they're going way up on top. Hang in there, buds. We'll make it. Just wanted to show you this map real quick too. I downloaded this from the wildlife refuge website. Sorry about the lines going across. That's just the cameras doing that. But it shows you the spring we just went past, which is cow camp. We're gonna go up to Rye Patch and go from there. Kind of strange how the camera does that, because it doesn't always do it, just does it sometimes. Very weird. You've seen how far I've hiked up the hill so far. Well, you can see out across the valley. And look at this. What do you make of this object? Why would this be up here? Listen. That's a drone. They're flying over this area 24/7. I don't know if there's a predator or a reaper. I did see one up close and was taking off from some Air Force base off to my west. And it had the fins down. I can't remember which one that is, but constantly flying overhead. I'll try to get you a good shot of one if they send one up in the air. They actually fly pretty close. Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. I wonder if somebody buried someone there. Must be something to do with this wildlife area. I wonder what this is all about. You can see how the vegetation all around me is very similar, except in this little saddle, there's a circle, a big circle right here, vegetation that's different. Something was going on here. Now I can see some rocks in the middle. Maybe someone had a fire there at one time. But this is obviously something weird happened. Why would there be a big circle like that? And this disturbance could have happened many, many years ago. Could just be a camping area. Could be an area where something else happened. I don't know. Obviously, this has been camped in more recently. I mean, that could be 40, 50 years old, but interesting. I thought that was a turtle. Hey, look at this. That might be our answer right here. These are shards of stone where Indians were making tools. Here's another one. So this could have been a camping area, and over thousands of years, people walking around in here changed it just a little bit, just enough so a different kind of plant would grow here than would grow, say, on that little slope right there. Pretty cool, huh? I think so, unless whatever it was came from outer space. Well, check this out. There was something up here that had concrete supports. So this is a disturbed area. Don't know if it's from thousands of years or maybe more recent. There was something up here at one time. That's more concrete. Still working our way up. That's actually the little road I came in on down there. Some type of, looks like a military base off in the distance with a town to the left. There's a major highway that goes up through there. I can't remember what the name of it is. If I remember, I'll tell you. Those mountains right there in the near distance our military reservation. We cannot go over there. In fact, if we climbed up on those mountains, I suspect we'd be escorted off. Far off in the distance, just beyond those mountains, not as far as the other, the next set. You see a little white patch, and that's Groom Lake, Area 51. So we're actually not that far from there. But the reason I got you out is because I just found this cool little thing, which, do you know what it is? You're about to find out. This is a barrel hoop. This would have gone around like a wooden barrel of some sort. Could have been for like water, other supplies, gunpowder, who knows. But it's an old one. You can see the old metal rivets in there. It's got that taper on it. They're just laying right there. So that tells me that something was going on above us here a long time ago. You know, probably 100 years ago or more. So let's go up and see what we can find. You never know out here. I'm not on a trail anymore. I don't think we're going to see a trail for a while. That's where we found the little barrel hoop down there, and there's another larger one right here. So we're getting close to something. I'm a little bit out of breath. Sorry about that. It probably isn't, but I suspect it's going to be something on this flat right up here. Some type of human activity. This is a really good area to look out for rattlesnakes. You can see there's all kinds of rodents in this area. A lot more green stuff, so there's some water, moisture up in this area. Keep your eyes open. Still a little bit cool right now, so they might not strike real fast. Little oasis in here. Well, I was getting ready to say I don't really see any evidence of human activity up here. See, it's definitely an area of greenery. Found the barrel pieces down there. That's a flat area we were exploring. Had some concrete in it, but looky here. I wonder what that is. Obviously, stacked stone. Looks like it's been concreted together. Why someone would do that way up here, I have not a clue. Now, this has been a government wildlife area, I think, since like the late 1940s. So I think anything we see out here like that would be prior to that. Any type of weirdness. But you never know. I don't know what that's all about, this thing. We're gonna find out together. Like a little freaking house, man. But it's concrete. Looks like concrete. Oh, it must be a spring head. See some pipe there. I hope something like that. Not something nefarious. What in the world? Wow, this is weird. I mean, I'm looking at these tools. No, obviously that's not that old. That's a brush cutter. Actually, that's a pick. We'll put it up under here. It'll be less likely to get as weathered. Somebody's actually using these. We get quite as much moisture. Don't know what those tiles are. This is a spring to an animal leg hole trap. So Trapper was up here. Now this has got to be, I don't know if they allow trapping on a wildlife refuge since the 40s, but they may have. I'm not sure. Oh, that's a trap stake. That's where someone was trapping up here. Could have been looking for a coyote or mountain lion. Something like that. This must have been a little house that they built. There's a can. Let's look at that. I'm not sure how old it is. Looks like it was cut off though. Why would they do this? What would this be all about? I can't imagine this is a hunting blind. Can you? Why would somebody carry concrete up here? That's concrete. They had to carry concrete up here. Water, unless there's a spring nearby. Wow, this is bizarre. That's probably a wash that went on here to keep so that the animal could spin and not tighten the trap up too much. What a strange thing. Not really big enough to sleep in. Let's look in the rocks, see if we see any gun shells or gold bullets. Don't really see any, do you? Well, you got me on this. Maybe this is like a sniper hole for Groom Lake. The military base where they keep the aliens. This really is going to be a search for Kenny Veech, but we haven't gotten to the area I really want to search yet. But we have all day. Let's take a look at this stuff here. So that does look like some piping that went to the ground. Cans, looks like paint cans, really. They're pretty old. Gotta be careful digging around. Oh, that's probably for trapping too. They tie a trap to that. When the animal tried to run away, these barbs would get caught in the rocks and get caught in the sagebrush and stuff like that, so they couldn't get very far. If you didn't want to stake it down, you use one of these. Some more wood down there. This might be like some guy's trapping cabin. I don't know. That looks weird going up there. We need to go check that out too. See how those rocks like that? It looks almost like somebody goes up in there. So we are going to as well. But some wood down there. I'm going to go check that out first and we'll come right back up. What do you say? That's the wood. I don't know what it's all about. Somebody had a little fire maybe. Some metal pipe. Why, man, you have to lug all the... You see a little path going around the side. We're not going that way though. All right, let's climb up in that little cubby hole right there where that little trail looks like it goes. Then we're going to sweep around this side of the mountain and go up on top. That's where our search will begin. This together, I guess, just in case I don't make it. You get to see what happened to me. I don't see much up here. Alright, let's go around this way. This is the direction we want to head. That looks like... Listen. Something big taking off. Try to get out of the wind. Maybe coming up out of Groom Lake. Get my field glasses out, see if I can see anything, but it's a long ways away, whatever it is. It's a big, that's a jet, whatever it is. Oh, I think it's getting closer. I hear a hum too. That's the drone. I think he's coming to have a peek. You don't have to get that close. Well, somehow we've managed to get on a faint trail. We're kind of following it up the hill here. Now this could be a huge, it's not a marked trail, not on any maps. Let's look at the poo, huh? All right, got some animal poo here. And looky, hey, got some chewed up bones in there. So that's like a carnivore for sure. See what they are, what bones they are. Not really sure. More there. It's old poo, so I'm not worried about getting the Rona. So I'm going to see if there's anything I could identify. It looks almost like enamel. I don't know if that could be a mountain sheep tooth, maybe? Maybe that's just a cap to a bone. Probably just a cap to the bone, never mind. Oh yeah, anyway, so there's a carnivore up here. And it probably goes down to, I don't want my hands in my mouth anyway. Probably goes down to those water holes that we passed. And this may be the trail that it takes back into the interior where there's maybe less water. But as I was working my way up, I noticed at the base of that big rock right there, there's like a cave that goes back in there. And it looks like the top might be smoky, like it might be used as a shelter or have been. So let's work our way around to it. I think we just keep following this trail. We'll be able to get around to it pretty easy. In fact, maybe that's where the beast lives. It's a lair. What the hell was that? Sounds like a dinosaur. It's coming from Area 51. I'm sorry. I've heard the dinosaurs roar a couple more times. I suspect it might be a minigun. Kind of what it sounds like. That ripping noise. Alright, let's work our way around to the cave entrance. We're almost to this cave. Let's explore it together. What do you say? Wee boo! That's my Mr. Bill imitation. Lots of rats in it. Well, not a whole lot. Oh, yeah. Wow, it was windy. Definitely hope we watch out for snakes. Yeah, this was it. Kind of has that M shape, doesn't it? A little bit of it inside here, but not great protection from the elements. I think it was around the side here. Let's take a look back here. Nah. Alright. Oh, that's the saddle I want to get to. That's where we're really going to start searching. You can see there's more caves in this area. A couple little ones up there. There's a little tiny one on the hill. I'll start looking. I'll get my field glasses out and look in there. And then we'll work our way around the side. Never thought to look and see if those are human bones in the scat down the hill. It could happen, I suppose. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our bearings here. We're kind of in the spot that I want to start searching. Look back behind us. This is the valley we crawled up out of. Our truck is way down there in the bottom, and we just kind of beat feet up across here, not following a trail except for that one trail. That's probably an animal trail. That's Groom Lake. Get your bearings. Another military reservation over there. Now, what we're going to do today is concentrate on this part, this section of the Kenny Veech story. Up there, you can see there's a little saddle up there. You know if you can see it, but that's Wild Horse Pass, and just over that is where Kenny, where the mine shaft is, where Kenny made his video, and I made a few. And I was up on that peak right up there when I did my video yesterday, well, day before yesterday now, where I got really weird feelings. That's the canyon, picture canyon, where the MK should be down that way, but we're not going to go that way just yet. We're going to work our way up here and then go down. Except Kenny came over Wild Horse Pass on his last visit to this area. He's going to be up in this area somewhere. Our goal is to find him to the next canyon over, but I wanted to show you this. There's a bone, and
take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep hidden in